Hey people, I'm so happy to make this video today because this topic had been requested many times, and so today we will talk about how to learn many songs in a short time. Of course, there's no shortcut, no magic formula. It's always about finding a system that works for you and always reflecting and improving that system. So always ask yourself, can this be improved? And then find your way to do it. And of course, it's always about focus, about concentration, about working with the songs and not just listening to the songs. But let's just get right into it. But before we do, a short disclaimer. As always, I'm looking at this topic from the point of view of a drummer, active in pop, rock, jazz, heavy metal music, so in contemporary music, but I'm pretty sure that you're able to transfer these ideas and pointers I will now give you to your instrument in your style of playing. Okay, if you have any more ideas and tips on how to learn many songs in a short time, please write it in the comments below, and this way we can collect them and we can help each other improving ourselves. The first tip is, of course, listen to the songs as many times as possible. I think that's pretty obvious. But the problem is that listening is passive. Of course, listening to music can and should be active, but you're tempted not to actively listen. If you have enough time to prepare, of course, listening to the songs many times is very helpful, but there are far more effective and efficient ways by concerning yourself actively with the songs. And the first one is play the song. No matter if you can play exactly what the musician you're filling in for is playing or not, just take the basic harmony, the basic groove, whatever, and just play the song a few times to get into the feel of the song. It has many benefits. The biggest one is that even though you listen to a song many times and you think you can play it, I often have seen this with students. They said they listened to it so many times they probably can know the songs by heart, but then sometimes you will stumble into a break or into a rest and you don't know what hit you, because maybe the phrase is 7 bars long and the song sounds so good that you didn't even realize it before, but now you're playing it, you realize, wow, that's a 7-bar phrase. So from inside the song, when you're playing it, even though just with a basic groove, you will notice far more things. I like to compare this with jumping in horseback riding, because at a tournament you will get a map for the course, but you're also allowed to go inside the course on feet and walk through it. And this pretty much feels like this to me when you're just playing through a song with a basic harmony or groove, because you're looking at it from inside. And only then you will get a feel for it and know about some twists and turns which you wouldn't know about if you just looked at the map. And the map in this case would be maybe the sheet music, and looking into the course from outside would be just listening to the song. So get into it in any way. If you just play one note or one groove, just play through the song in any way to get a feel for it. Another great tip to learn the song from inside is memorize the lyrics. The lyrics tell a story together with the music. So if you know the lyrics, you have one more guideline to guide you through the song. Also, you will learn more about the feeling for the song, and you know what parts of the song you should emphasize. And you just get to know the song a little bit better, and this will ingrain it deeper in your memory. Another great tip, if you have enough time to prepare, is for the time really become a member of this band, or really become a player in this certain style if you're not too familiar with it. So learn about the genre, learn about the band, and be a band member for the time you're helping the band out. When you immerse yourself in the style of this genre and this band, you have a safer ground on which you can build what you will have to learn and to memorize, and you will play more confidently and more authentically. And you probably know this yourself, when you need to get into a song and you really don't know how the song is going, all that it takes is just the first couple of bars, just the melody or a certain hook line of the song, and you remember the whole song because the song itself guides you through it. So it's very important that when you memorize the songs, that you connect the title of each song with one specific and characteristic part of the song. Maybe just a short section from the chorus, or maybe the first melody to get you started. So when in a rehearsal you jump around between the songs or the set list changes, someone just says a title and you immediately know what the song sounds like, because you connected the title with one characteristic part of the song. And one of the most helpful tips is this: when you prepare a whole set list, a whole live concert, always practice and memorize the songs in the same succession. You know that a song, when you know it, you just need to start it and then it will guide you through it. If you learn the set list in the right succession, it's just like one whole song that makes sense. If you learn the songs individually in another, maybe alphabetical succession, it's like memorizing the different stanzas of a poem, but not in the right succession. And then you have to memorize again the succession of these stanzas. No, you learn the set list in one whole piece. So it's one piece in itself. And you know this probably when you listen to a CD, for a few times, when a song ends, you know which song comes next. And it's a very strange feeling when you're in a club and they play this song and then follows a different song than you're used to, because you already hear the next song on the CD that would come next. And the goal is to reach this level with the set list. So always play in the succession you will play it on stage. But if you don't have much time, the most important tip is, of course, write it down. Write some kind of notation, of indication, and most importantly, the structure of the song, that you have one page that will guide you through the song. And this has some benefits. The first is, of course, that you don't have to memorize everything, but you can put the notation on your music stand and it will guide you through, and you can make notations when you have a rehearsal. Also, when you're actively engaged in something, you memorize it better. You probably know this effect. I have noticed it a few times when I'm writing down a song, that afterwards, after I'm finished notating the song, I don't even have to practice it, because actively concerning myself with every detail of the song was enough that I memorized it completely. Also, having something physical in your hands makes you feel much more relaxed and confident. It's like having the cards in your hand when you're giving a talk. You don't even have to look at them, but grabbing onto something and having your talk in your hands makes you just feel more relaxed and more confident. So when you write those charts and those roadmaps for a song, you will feel more confident when you have them on your music stand. You don't even have to look at them. And another great factor is, because you feel well prepared and you have something physical to prove your preparation, you will sleep better. At least that's what I found. And better sleep is, of course, very helpful when you need to learn something, need to memorize something. Sleep is essential. So this will help you learn and help you sleep better, that you can learn better. And you don't even need to be able to write or read music in order to do this. I made a whole vlog about how important it is that you can read or write music, but it's not necessary. So in this case, we will just write a roadmap for a song, just use text for this. But in the end, you will come up with your own system. You will find the best way for you, and you will tweak and optimize your personal system. This is just how I do it, and I will show you now the roadmap for a fictional song. We will now write down the parts of the song and how long they are, and some indications of what we play and what's the most important rests, kicks, fills, grooves for this. So we start, of course, at the top with the title and maybe the key, and maybe the first important indications, like the general feel of the song, or the first things to look out for, like which keyboard sound you will use, which pedal you have to use, or that you play the snares without the wires, something like this. Okay, our fictional song has one pickup bar by the vocals. and then the song starts with the intro by the guitar, and this is 4 bars, 4 measures. Then we start the theme of the song with a simple 8th note groove, pretty relaxed, and there is a very important crash in bar number 5. We have to write that down. Then we go into the first verse, which is 16 bars long, and at the end we have a fill. It's not necessary to play the exact fill that the drummer played on the record. Usually it's not, so we just write fill. Then we have 16 bars of chorus, and it's a 16th feel groove on the right cymbal. Okay, then the next up is 8 bars of theme again, then again 16 bars of verse, like above, and again 16 bars of chorus. So we see there is this pattern. We have this 8-bar theme, 16-bar verse, 16-bar chorus, and this repeats in its entirety. But the last 2 bars of the second chorus, there's a rest. So we write that down. After that we have a 4-bar break with stops. And in the last bar there is an important fill. We call it a signature fill in this case. And because we said we weren't going to write down the exact notation, we just write signature fill, and then we have to memorize it, learn it, practice it. After that we have 8 bars of guitar solo, and we have to watch out for the kicks in measures 6 and 7. Those are very important that we emphasize those. Then we have again 16 bars of chorus, like above. And then we have 8 bars of chorus on the record, but the band leader told us that live, this is just repeated until the vocalist gives us a cue, and then we end the song. So we just write down chorus, repeat 8 bars, ending on cue. So these roadmaps will help you internalize the song, see its structure, and accelerate your learning. And when the going gets tough, you can even use them to guide you through the song without any rehearsal. So here's a picture for you. See this? On this music stand there are 20 of those roadmaps, and this is my first show with my current band. I just had, I think, 10 to 14 days to prepare. And because I wasn't at home at the time, I didn't have a drum set to prepare. So I wrote those roadmaps, I memorized the songs, I played them in my head, and once I got home I played them just a few times on my drum set, and then immediately I got to the audition and right to the show. So writing those roadmaps helped me get that gig. And now I'm playing in this band for 5 years and get to travel the whole country and also abroad and play music. So these roadmaps really helped me, and I hope they will help you. But by now I have improved my personal system, and those roadmaps are just the first step for creating a drum chart. And in the next video I will show you how to write your own. I hope to see you in this video. Take care. Bye bye.